Welcome to another episode of Distilling the West. I'm your host, Dan, joined by my co-host, Dave. How you doing over there, Dave?
Oh, I am flailing. You do that so flawlessly. I tried to do that intro like 17 times, and then you just whip it out just perfect on the first go around. That is amazing.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, so the reason I was going to introduce this one is because I'm actually the one that brought this bottle in. This is a super unique, probably our most unique spirit we've had on the podcast. Is that right?
I'd say so. Yes, this one caused me to raise an eyebrow.
Yes, and if I could do that, I would, but they both go up at the same time for me, so it's just not the same. So basically, for those of you guys who don't know me personally, I work for a cheese producer. So we had a little branch up in Northern California that made cheese, and I work here in also Northern California, but not quite that far north, where we just kind of cut the cheese up into little bits and then kind of distribute them. So in the cheese business, which is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Well, for those of you who don't know, cheese is made by taking milk, and then you kind of work magic on it. I'm sure you don't want the true details, but you have the whole curds and whey thing that was in. Mm-hmm. Which nursery rhyme was that? Little Miss Muffet set on top of eating her curds and whey?
Ah, yes.
Yes. So whey. And whey protein is a big thing. So whey protein, a lot of, you work out, you have your whey protein, get all big and strong. Well, apparently you can take that whey and you can distill it. And that is what we have here is Wheyward Spirits. This is distilled whey. So it's a food scientist down in Sebastopol, California. I feel really bad for not having the whole story here. Hopefully we'll have them on and they can give us the full story of how they got started. But from what I understand, they wanted to kind of make the most out of the waste in the cheese-making process. Mm-hmm. And so this is a clear spirit made from essentially waste from making cheese. It is amazing, and I am so looking forward to trying this. My old CEO had this on his bookshelf for a while, and I made sure to snag it. And here we are trying Wheyward Spirit. That's whey, W-H-E-Y, word, spirits, W-A-R-D, spirits. And this is a spirit distilled from whey, which is a byproduct of making cheese.
Yeah, I was super surprised that you could ferment whey and make alcohol from it.
I had no idea.
And then distill it. That's, quite the unique product. You want to jump in on the nose here, Dave?
Yeah. This is one of the few times where I cheated ahead of time, and we actually did kind of do a really small sample before recording this because we were terrified of what we were going to find. But obviously, here we are doing this, so it couldn't have been that bad, right?
Yeah, no, it was. I was pleasantly surprised when I tried this.
Go ahead. Sorry. No.
Okay. On the nose, it's interesting. It's kind of like I get like a almondy marzipan, sort of a creamy sweetness on the nose. There's also another component that comes in that's almost like lime spice, or I don't know what to actually call it here, but it's interesting.
I could see that. For me, definitely the marzipaniness, if that's a word, but also, and I don't know if this is just a mental thing for having like those protein shakes, but I get some of that vanilla-y, the vanilla cream almost to it too.
Yeah, I just took a taste there, and definitely it's has that creaminess, a little bit of the vanilla. It's got some viscosity to it, which is. Goes in line with that creamy aspect of things. Yeah, it's pleasantly surprising, honestly.
It's got a little bit of a spice to it, too. Mm-hmm. Our producer, Dave, likened it to like a spice cabinet, like your grandma's spice cabinet that has lots of different spices in there for a really long time. And like you just open that cabinet, you get that kind of burst in your face of spice.
Yeah. We were looking at their website and all the different cocktails, I guess, that you make this, and the espresso moutini stood out.
The names were great. I try not to grab my phone while we're doing a podcast, but I have to for this. So there was the espresso moutini. They had, Okay, so they have this clear spirit. They also have a barrel aged version that they call the whiskey instead of whiskey.
Yeah.
So very, very cool. They had espresso martini, the Wheyward martini, a whey and tonic, sours and fizzes, and I think that's the one that really caught both of our attention is making a fizz out of this.
Yeah, and the sour too. Like I could just see the creaminess of the spirit going well with like that lemon creaminess that goes on with like a whiskey sour.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. Yeah.
This excites me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not expecting. I didn't know what to expect. I was not expecting good things, but this is good. I definitely want to try some cocktails with it for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. So I don't know. Where did you say they were located out of?
Sebastopol, California.
Okay. So out in the Bay.
Yeah, the Bay Area. We'll throw some tidbits on where to find them. I know they're on Instagram and the socials, Wheyward Spirits. We'll throw some links into the show notes and everything like that. But if you can find it, it's very cool, especially, I mean, anyone in a rural ag community or anything like that, super unique product. Definitely give it a try. Very, very cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a conversation piece for sure, and cool that they're upcycling materials
For sure.
That would otherwise be a waste product. So yeah, another really unique one. So if you're looking to expand your palate and try something that is unique, and maybe have it on your bar for the next time you're hosting a party, and have people try it, see what they say about it. Almost kind of blindside them with it.
Yeah, definitely. Right alongside your charcuterie board, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, no, that would go great with some cheeses and salamis and stuff.
Yep. All right. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Distilling the West podcast. Cheers, Dan.
Cheers, Dave.